Weight training in football is one of the best and most important things you can do. But the issue is with it, a lot of people do it safely and incorrectly, lead to injuries. They will do improper form, which will make their training less effective. I'm going to show you good methods for training and how to do them properly. So first things first, before you go into the gym, is you're gonna have to stretch yourself out, as this is to prevent injury. This will let you lift heavier and you'll just feel better overall. While you're also exiting the gym, you should do a cool down stretch as well, as this will help with muscle soreness and it can prevent injury after the gym. So depending on what muscle group you're doing, you're gonna stretch that part out. So because we're gonna be doing everything in this video, I'm gonna stretch my entire body out. So first things first, I'm gonna start with my arms. You're gonna take your shoulder, or not shoulder, sorry, but your arm by your bicep area, and you're just gonna pull it out here. This will stretch out your shoulders and a bit of your regular arm. Next, I'm gonna pull my shoulder over my head and push down lightly. Don't push too hard or you could hurt yourself. You just gotta do it lightly until you feel a small stretch. We're gonna do both arms for this. That will also get a little bit of your back. Now next, I'm gonna get down on the ground and start stretching out my legs. I'm gonna start with some butterflies here. Get my hips open, my inner hip. You just want to push your legs down as far into the ground as you really can. Don't use your arms, but instead just do it as naturally far as you can. Next, you're going to go into what's called the pike. You're going to keep your legs out like this. Make sure they're straight. Grab your toes and lay down as far as you can. That will stretch out your hamstrings. Next, you're going to go into, well, I'm not sure what the name is, but you're going to move your leg back like this. Keep this leg straight and you're going to lean towards it. This will stretch out your outer hip and your quad. You have to do this on both legs. And then next, this is another back stretch because your back is used in almost every single lift, so it's important to stretch it out really well. This targets more so your lower back. You're gonna lay down flat on the ground with your arms out straight. You're gonna pull this leg over to the other side, try to touch your hand. You're gonna do this about 5 times on each side, so 1, 2, 3. I'm just doing this 3 times, so I'm just demonstrating the stretches. This should be adequate if you're going to a workout session healthy with you have no injuries. Although if you do have an injury in a specific area, if you have physio like given stretches, especially do those. If a muscle is injured, and ask your physiotherapist if you can train it. So one of the most popular exercise is known as the bench press. What I'm going to show you how to do that first properly. It is a very good exercise for explosive power, but at the same time it is relatively risky with injury if you don't do it correctly. Although if you do it form perfect, there's almost 0 chance of injury. So first, we're going to come to him and watch our spotter get set. He's going to put his arms parallel to the bar, to his elbows, where it should stack up. That'll allow him to hold the weight better and to not injure himself. Next, he's gonna get himself a little bit of an arch. If you put too much arch, you can hold or hurt your back. But the thing is, having a little bit of arch is good because it puts less pressure on your joints. Next, I'm gonna go behind the spotting. Spotting is one of the most important things with bench, as it eliminates most of the risk of injury. Make sure if you're benching, the weights aren't too heavy or if you tear a pec. Make sure you warm up to him properly prior to this he warmed up. And I'm going to spot him. Now he's going to press it. Hold it there for a second and he presses up. You got to touch your front of your chest and press all the way up. And you can do as quickly as you want or as slowly as you want. It really depends what you're training for. Make sure before you're benching it, you're setting your core into a brace, as this will help you move more.
So next we're going to be showing you how to do a shoulder press. Shoulder presses are very important because they work all your shoulder muscles, your tricep. They could activate your triceps. It does a lot of stuff just for like your pushing movements. So playing football, it's kind of all you do is you're pushing stuff. So he's going to have a good planted feet position, so that his feet are flat on the ground. No hunched back, so bring your shoulders back, grab the weight. Make sure you choose an appropriate weight, because when you're doing a shoulder press, it could lean back on you and you could really hurt your shoulder. So he's going to lean back onto the bench, bring them up, have his, a little bit of an arch. I'll help him with the first one up. And when he goes down, make sure not to exceed too far down, because that could overextend your shoulder. And make sure when you're pressing to not have your shoulders vertically out like this. And you're going to have them in a little bit. That will just decrease further injury. And it's a fairly simple exercise, but if you do it dangerously, it can be very harmful.
So next up is the incline bench press. This is another simple one, like the bench press, but it's also dangerous if not done properly. I'm going to show you this one. Now, first thing you want to look for is if he's positioned properly under it, and if the bench is at an appropriate angle. It's about a 35-degree angle there. That's what you're going to want most of the time. And again, this is not the same as bench press in terms of weight difficulty. So if you can bench, let's say like 2 plates, you're not going to bench 2 plates on incline. You're going to have to bench a little bit less than that. Just because you might be able to do a weight does not mean you shouldn't do it. So we're going to go behind him here. Spotting on incline bench press, I'd say is even more important than regular bench press. He's going to have the same arc as normal bench press. He's going to go down, touch his chest, and press up. And it's that simple.
We're going to be showing you the curl. The curl is a very important exercise. It works your bicep, brachioradialis, a lot of muscles in your arm. So Jack's going to pick up his weight, an appropriate weight, because you're going to be doing this for multiple reps. When you do it, make sure you're pretty straight. And when you go up, we're going to do alternate curls, so one at a time. You're not swinging your body to get it up. That's very important. And make sure you're not moving this arm too much. Like, this is fine. Make sure you're not bringing it up like that, but you're keeping it down. And that's pretty much it for the curl. It's pretty simple. Choose a good weight, and yeah.
So the next thing I'm going to show you is called the dumbbell row. This is a very good exercise for your back. The injury risk is a bit lower, but it's also hard in terms of form to do. So I'm going to go over. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to lean your non-using hand, so the hand you're not using a weight with, on the bench, or the rack, sorry. You're going to keep your legs straight so you're leaned over a bit. And next, you're going to go and grip it with the hand you're using. So you're going to grip the weight. You're going to bring it here, and you're going to pull directly up. But see how he does this? He's trying to limit his arm movement as much as possible, where it's just his back pulling. So he's not swinging out to the side. He's not pulling like this. He's just pulling pure back. And really, it's just that simple. Make sure you choose appropriate weight so you'll be able to perform properly. That's it. So the next thing I'm going to show you is called the dumbbell row. This is a very important exercise for your back, and it's very good. It's another compound movement. Injury risk is lower on this, but the form is hard to do. So first, you're going to choose an appropriate weight. You're going to take your non-using arm and lean it against the bench. You're going to put your legs a bit back where they should be like parallel to your ass. I know I can't say that over film.
Oh wait.
So the next thing I'm going to show you is called the dumbbell row. This is a very important exercise for your back, and it's very good. It's another compound movement. Injury risk is lower on this, but the form is hard to do. So first, you're going to choose an appropriate weight. You're going to take your non-using arm and lean it against the bench. You're going to put your legs a bit back where they should be like parallel to your ass. I know I can't say that over film.
Oh wait. Alright, so for our last pulling exercise, we're going to be doing deadlifts. Deadlifts are a very good exercise to increase your strength, power, and explosiveness, which are very important things when playing football. So when coming into the bar, you're gonna align your feet. I like to go shoulder width, so pretty much just straight. Putting your feet straight, yep. And you're gonna put your hands right outside your legs. So go down, or yeah, get closer to the bar. Hands right outside of his legs. He's gonna squeeze his back down, poke his butt out, and he's gonna pull up, while the whole time keeping his back straight in the line. Just like that. And this is also gonna increase your leg strength, just because half of the rep you're pulling with your legs and the rest is actually with your back. So it's a very good overall exercise. And yeah. All right, so for our first leg exercise, we're gonna be doing sled pushes. They're gonna be really good for increasing like your speed, explosiveness, and just your overall leg strength. When you're pushing it, you wanna have straight arms when you're pushing, and make sure you're pedaling as fast as you can. You're trying to increase your speed, and you're just trying to keep a steady pace all the way through. So he's gonna get ready to go, and whenever you're ready, you start exploding off, just like that. And you're trying to go as long as you can. Basically just like that. Alright, so for the next part of the sled pushes, we're gonna do sled pulls. Basically the same thing, except you're backpedaling. This is just really good for your overall legs, hamstrings, just really everything for your legs. And yeah.
And the next and last popular exercise that you'll do mainly when you're playing football is a squat. This is one of the best leg exercises that you can do, especially for football, as it trains explosiveness. And besides your calves, your entire upper leg. So first things first, you're gonna go into it. You're gonna get the bar sat on your traps. That will prevent bar bite, as it's called, so it'll just hurt much less. Next, you're gonna go down. Make sure you're gripping the bar about here, where your arms almost look like a W. And then you're gonna go down, your glutes will be slightly out. You're gonna keep a standard wide base. Make sure it's completely like even. He's gonna squat down, and you're gonna hold it where your knees are about like this, where they're parallel to each other for about a second, and you're gonna squat up. Now make sure while you're doing this, if you're gonna do it without a belt, that you keep a tight brace in your core. So when you go into it, breathe in, create pressure in your core, and then you can squat up and down. You can rep this out for how many you desire, and make sure you choose an appropriate weight. And right here is why you want a spotter, in case something happens with the weight, it's just to be safe. Now if you don't have a spotter, one thing you can do is roll the weight off your back, where you basically drop the barbell below you, or better yet as well, some squat racks come equipped with safety racks, as they're called, where if you squat down too low, you don't have to roll it off your back, instead these will just catch it.